Hi resellers! Hello! Welcome back to my channel. I'm the Grateful Queen, and this is a channel all about reselling pre-owned clothing on eBay and Poshmark. If you're interested in my story about how I became a reseller and more about me and my business, I have other videos below that are more introductory videos. I have some thrift hauls that show you what I bought at thrift stores in order to resell. So those are some of my other videos you might want to check out. This video is a little different than the ones I've done before, but I think it's pretty important and I want to share it with you because it is really the nuts and bolts of what I'm doing right now to improve my sales on eBay and Poshmark and to improve my business. And the way that I'm essentially doing that is trying to really improve my store. So I sell a little bit on Poshmark, mostly on eBay, and eBay and Poshmark have different terms. So on eBay, you have a store and you have watchers watching your items. On Poshmark, it's called a closet and you have likers and you can send offers to likers. So there are some differences. I might use these words interchangeably just to make this video easier for all of us. But I think it applies to both platforms. And so just do a little translation if you only sell on one or the other or you're only interested in one or the other. So when I decided to take the plunge and make a YouTube channel all about reselling, I knew that part of the package would be that people would probably want to check out my stores. And I know that my store and my closet need a lot of improvement. There are some things I'm doing well and some things that I have improved upon with time because there's a major learning curve with this business, right? I'm in the process now of revamping my stores in order to make them the best that they can be so that I can have a store that I'm proud of and I love and that I can share with all of you. And hopefully what comes out of that is that I'm able to make more sales and have the business be what I want it to be. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what my process has been. And it's actually a process I'm in the middle of right now. I'm not done. So this is fresh. I'm sharing to you what I'm working on currently for eBay and Poshmark. And I'd love to hear your experience. Maybe some of you will want to contribute with your experience, with questions, thoughts, ideas, and maybe some of you would like to do it along with me. And we can maybe support each other and help each other out and let each other know what goals we have. One thing about this business, reselling online, is I think there's always so much to learn and there are always changes. Many of you know that eBay in 2019 is making all sorts of changes. Every year they put out a reseller update with all sorts of changes. So we have to be flexible. We have to adapt. We have to be willing to learn and grow and change if we want our businesses to thrive. So this has been kind of a lot of work redoing my eBay store and Poshmark closet, and it's been pretty exciting and it's been pretty humbling because the first thing that I needed to do and that you might want to try is I needed to do a serious review of my store. So I went on to Grateful Queen on eBay and looked at my store and said to myself, how would a customer see my store? And then I got even more hardcore and I was like, okay, how would another reseller, an experienced, successful reseller on eBay, how would they look at my store? If I hired them to do a store review for me, and there are people that do that, what feedback would they have for me? So I went in with a pretty gentle but critical eye, and here are some of the things that I saw that I think if someone was evaluating my store, they would give me feedback on and tell me that I need to change if I want to improve my sales and improve the whole look and functionality of my eBay store. So I came up with a few things. This is not an exhaustive list. There's always so much you could do all the time to make your store better, but this is what I'm currently working on. I hope it helps some of you. So one of the big things that I'll probably talk the most about today is pictures. So if you reviewed your store, what do you think an evaluator would say about your pictures? So when I went into my store and looked at that, I think that they would say, you really need to up your game with your pictures. Some of my pictures just weren't clear. Maybe they were blurry. Some of them just didn't show off the item very well. Some of them were just too dark. Another thing for me was that sometimes I didn't have the item, like the item didn't look great. It needed to be steamed or ironed. It might have been a little wrinkly or all sorts of little things like that. Better pictures usually equal better sales. If your item looks better, more people are going to open it up. They're going to be interested. They're going to be able to see clearly what it is they're buying. I personally have come to believe that the most important thing is pictures. So that's something I'm doing right now. And these are the things that I've done to kind of make it better. One, I finally ordered a lighting kit. So that's been a long time coming. But I ordered a lighting kit. I think it was around the $50, $75 range. If you're looking for one, it's called like Limo, L-I-M-O. I got it on Amazon for like 50 bucks. There are plenty of other experienced resellers. I'll name a few that you could go to their channel and they've got like a link so you can check it out. They might even have a how-to video. So I know Rockstar Flipper has a great one. I love his videos. I respect him a lot. Empty Hanger has one, Bexa the Boss Lady. So what I did was go on to their YouTube channels and search for lighting kits, and many of them have a video or a supplies list or something. So you could definitely check that out. Those are awesome people to follow and learn from. I'm so grateful for them. They've done a lot for me in terms of education, inspiration. So I finally ordered a lighting kit. Do you have a lighting kit? If not, I think it's really going to be worth it. If you can't afford to get a lighting kit right now, it's not in your budget or you're not quite that serious about it, what I've been doing in the meantime to improve is taking my pictures in really good light on just a plain white background, so there's not a lot of interference in your pictures. The pictures are as clear as they can be. I used to use a mannequin. I decided that I really like hanging them on a nice hanger. I have a nice wooden hanger. So that's one of the ways that I'm improving right now, and I think it's one of the most important ways that you can improve. I also ordered a steamer at the same time in the same way, and I'm going to try steaming some of my items so that they look the best in the pictures. And I really think that if your pictures look the best, you're more likely to get a sale over somebody else who's selling a similar item and their picture's crappy. I buy a lot on eBay and Poshmark. I shop on there a ton for myself and my family, and I have done that where it's like, well, this item looks so much better. It also looks to me, if someone has a really good picture, it looks to me like they care more about the business, and I trust that they're going to be more professional. So that's what I want for myself. So that's where I'm putting a lot of my energy. Another thing that I did to improve my listings and my pictures is, I'm still doing it right now, so this is an ongoing process for me. Something that I did that has been a lot of work and I wish I did not have to do. What I'm doing is deleting listings on eBay where the pictures look bad. So instead of relisting them when their time's up, I'm just deleting them altogether. And then I'm going into my inventory, pulling out the item, holding it up and saying, is this even worth relisting? Was this a bad purchase? Or did it just not sell because I didn't have good pictures or my listing wasn't great? So I'm doing some really kind of like cutthroat stuff like that. I donated a lot of it and said, I don't know why this didn't sell. Bad purchase, you know? We all make bad purchases, but I don't have to keep trying to sell that same item if I don't think it's worth it anymore. So some of it I'm just getting rid of it. Some of it I'm just starting all over. I'm creating a brand new listing with that item. Now some of you might say, Queen Bee, That sounds like a lot of work. Why don't you just sell it cheaper? Or why don't you just take new pictures and upload it to the listing so you still have your measurements and you still have your descriptive factors? The reason I have chosen not to do that and to just start over is because if I have an item on there with bad pictures, it hasn't sold in a while, it's been sitting around, it's sort of what's referred to as a stale listing. And the eBay machine doesn't like stale listings. If you've got a listing and it's been on there for 3-6 months and it hasn't sold, why would eBay continue to promote that item? Why would they put it at the top of searches or anything? I mean, it's kind of not worth their time and my time. This is just my thinking on it. You need to decide for you and your business what works for you. But this is the process that I'm doing. I've decided, okay, I made a mistake. It wasn't a good enough item to sell. Bring it to Goodwill. Or I made a mistake and I didn't take good enough pictures or have a good enough listing. I need to do it over. I'm just, taking myself to task and I'm doing things over. I think it's going to help my store look better. I think it's going to be a store that I want to promote and share more. I think it's going to be a store where I get more sales because it looks like I care more about my business. It looks cleaner and neater. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try steaming things. I'm going to set up my new lighting kit. I'm so excited. I hope it's awesome. I hope it really improves my photos. I'm going to get rid of old listings and start over. That's the work. It's a lot of work. But I'm doing it because I care about it. So another thing that I'm paying attention to in addition to pictures, so review your store really critically, really evaluate your pictures. The other thing I think, I'll put it down here in case I use this at the end, titles. If you hired somebody to look over your store, which I haven't done, so I don't know exactly what they do, but my guess is they're going to also give you some feedback on your titles. Do you have good keywords? Are you describing the item using words that if somebody was looking for an item like that, they would put into their search? I noticed when I've gone through my store, when I'm still going through my store, this is happening right now, I'm working on it all the time, some of my titles aren't good. I've made some mistakes, which we all do, right? So I'm correcting them. I've seen a lot of my listings that I'm looking at for items that have been sitting around and haven't sold. And I'm like, why hasn't this item sold? I still think it's a good item. So I open it up and I take the time to look. And sometimes I've made mistakes, like I forgot to put the size in the title. Or for somehow I put it in the wrong category. Like it's a woman's top, so it should be in the category women's tops in eBay. But mine is under men's shorts for some reason. Just little mistakes. I might have been rushing. Who knows? But I'm fixing those. I'm doing whatever I can if I'm going to keep the listing up to make it more likely to sell. So I'm really working on pictures, titles, and the other thing that I think could be looked at by an evaluator is price. Do I look like a teacher? I'm like a teacher. Maybe I should get one of those little whiteboards. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at the prices of my items in my store. I think if someone were to look through my store, they might say, Queen Bee, some of your prices are just too high. No one's going to pay that. So that's what I've been seeing when I go through. I'm like, there's plenty of other items listed that are similar on eBay, and mine's way higher in price. Whoops, I don't know why. Maybe I was just shooting high. Maybe the market has changed for that item, and the item's not selling because mine's way higher. I do have a personal strategy I use in my eBay store. I always use best offer. Best offer, in my experience, I sell a huge amount of my stuff on best offer. I should probably go through one of these days and look at my stats, like how many items actually sold on best offer. I think it would be really high. I feel like I sell the majority of my items with an offer. So if I want to get, $20 for an item, I'll put it up for $24.99 with best offer. They'll send me an offer, I'll accept, or we'll negotiate. So take a look at your prices if you're interested in trying to improve your store. Are they competitive? Is it still the right price? It's just worth looking at, I think. Do you have best offer on? In my store, I've chosen to offer free shipping. A lot of people recommend that, but that's a choice. Not everybody does free shipping, but that's what works for me. The way I make sense of it is sort of like most selling platforms these days offer free shipping. So I do. If it's more than 16 ounces and it needs to go priority, and that's going to cost me $7.55 to mail it out in a priority padded flat rate envelope, I charge shipping. So if it's priority, I charge shipping. So for my jeans, shoes, some sweaters, I do charge shipping. People worry a lot about free shipping with returns. I don't get a lot of returns. I'll figure out my return rate and let you go on one of these videos, but I have like such a low return rate, and maybe I'll make a note. Maybe I can talk a little bit about why I think my return rate is so low. But I don't get a lot of returns. Returns are part of the business. Don't sweat them too much. Just accept the return, eat the few dollars of shipping, and move on. It's a part of any business, and with clothing, it's a part of the business. But that could be something you add to your listing. Someone might review your store and suggest, hey, have you thought about free shipping? And you get to decide. You can say, nope, I don't believe in free shipping. Fine, it's a choice. It's an option. It's your own business. That's what's so great. You work for yourself. You get to decide how you want to do it. So these are the things I'm really working on right now. So just to review, I am going into my store. I'm looking at it very critically, very honestly, how somebody else might view my store, what feedback they might give me. I'm changing up all my pictures. I'm deleting listings with bad pictures. I'm starting over. From this point moving forward, I'm going to try and take the best pictures I can with the tools and supplies and time and light that I have. I think I have the best chance of selling if my pictures are improved. I'm going through and editing my titles and my listings, making sure they're correct, making sure they have the best keywords, that they're going to be found in search results. I'm really working on my titles, and I'm looking at my price and evaluating my prices to make sure they're in the right spot. This is not an exhaustive list, you guys. This is my starting point. It's like a good beginning. I think if you get a store review by somebody, I think Rockstar Flipper does them. Nicole State used to do them. I think Beck's a Box Lady does them. I don't know if Empty Hanger does them. I haven't heard her say that. If you haven't checked out any of the resellers that I'm naming now, go do it. They're awesome. They have given so much to this reselling community. Let's support them as much as we can so they continue to put out good content and help us all. So there's probably a lot more that are reviewed. This is what I'm managing to work on right now, and this is like the big stuff for me. And then I think I can go in with even a finer tooth comb. Is that what people say? Fine tooth comb? And continue working more. Like, I know I can look at things, just to throw out a few more examples, like when I went on my store, I don't have things organized into store categories yet. That feels like a lot of work. It's not my first priority, but somebody would probably say, hey, you should do that. And I agree. There's this whole thing on eBay with promoted listings. I haven't even gotten myself into that yet, but that might be another way that I can improve my store and my sales. I'm not offering free returns at this point. I may decide to get on board with that, but eBay a while back did a whole you need to offer free returns, and I haven't quite done that. So there are so many things we can each do to improve our store, our closet, more chances of sales. This is what I'm personally working on right now, and there's still a lot more I could work on after that. I'd love to hear from you guys if there's something that you've done that you feel like has really improved things for you. Let us know so that we can all give it a try. If there's any way I can help or you have any questions, I'd be happy to talk to you down here in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And this is a lot of work, but I think it's going to be worth it. You know, I love eBay. I love reselling. I love what I do. Sometimes I'll just open up my store and kind of look through, and it's fun for me to have created something like this. I imagine maybe it is for you too, and I want to make it something that I feel really good about, that I hope my customers go in and they enjoy looking through, and that I want to maybe share with people and just overall feel good about. So this is what I'm working on. I'd love to hear what you're working on. I hope you're having some success. I hope you're having lots of great sales and bringing in some money. It's spring now. We're going to get into summer, which some people think is a lot slower season. Summer, my other job slows down a little bit, so I'm going to have more time to hopefully get in and do some more work, some more cleanup work on my store, do some more thrifting. My favorite part. Is thrifting your favorite part too? So I'll have some more time to put into my store over the summer, hopefully make some more videos and talk more with you guys. Thanks for watching. Feel free to give this video a like and subscribe, which will just tell you when I put up new videos or if I ever decide to go live. That would be fun. Haven't figured that out yet. I have a lot to learn, but I'm excited about learning it along with all of you. Hope to see you in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye.